What's happening, YouTubers? Welcome back. Today we're going to be doing Solving Rational Equations, Day 2. This is what the notes look like. It's just 6 problems and a little summary at the bottom. Since it's Day 2, I'm going to actually do something a little different. So let's start with number 1. I'm going to start with the summary. Our summary will kind of help us work through all this and hopefully cover up anything I skip. The first thing, we need to factor completely. So we're factoring numerators, factoring denominators, all that stuff. Just a good default thing to do all the time. The second thing, clearing the denominator. I'll talk more about that here in a little bit. The next thing, we're going to be doing PEMDAS and combining like terms. Sometimes that means you're going to have to do a FOIL or a box method. Sometimes that means we're going to have to move stuff and play around with it. But for the most part, it's pretty straightforward. Next thing is solving. That means we're going to have to factor. Sometimes you're going to have to get x squareds on either side. And then we're going to set everything equal to 0 once we get everything by itself. And the last thing we're going to do is check. We need to check our work and make sure we don't have any of those extraneous solutions. Okay, let's go ahead and start with number 1. Anytime we don't have a common denominator, I need to multiply by whatever is in the bottom. So this time I'm multiplying by 3y. Now I'm going to show all my work. If you don't need to show all your work, that's fine. Go ahead and do this in your head. It doesn't really matter to me as long as you get the right answer. So here I got y over y, that cancels out. Y over y cancels out. And remember 12 over 3, 12 divided by 3 is actually 4. So I get 6 plus 4 equals, oh yeah, those 3's cancel out too. So anybody can do this one. 6 and 4 make 10. So what we did here, we didn't have anything to factor if we're looking at our steps here. So method to factor, we multiplied, we cleared the denominator, I reduced, and then I just solved. And then if we take 10, put it back in, I get 3 times 10 and 10 here. I'm not dividing by 0, so I don't have to worry about that. But remember, if you get 0 in the bottom, that's when we have a problem. And that would mean that answer is an extraneous solution. Okay, let's go to number 2. I'm going to zoom it out just a little bit. It's a little large. That's good enough. Okay, on number 2, we need to multiply everything by 8 and h. So I get 32h equals 40h over 5 plus 24h over h. So the h's cancel. 40 over 5 is 8, so I get 32h equals 8h plus 24. So I cleared the denominator. I have simplified. Now I'm just doing my PEMDAS. Did that already. Last thing, solving and then checking. So let's subtract, you know what? Yeah, subtract 8h from both sides. I think I made a mistake somewhere. Anybody see it? Oh, yes. There should be an 8 there. Sorry. So that means this is a 5. There we go. So I'm subtracting 5h from both sides. And so I get 27h equals 24. Divide both sides by 27. And h is just going to be that fraction. You can reduce that. In decimal form, it's 0.8888 repeating, or it's just 8/9. Okay? All this, guys, is the same thing over and over and over again. It's just the same things that we've talked about with we take these 5 steps, and some of them are easier than others, and we're just going and going. So number 3, I need to multiply everything by not 3, not 6, but 12 and a y. So I get 12y over 2y minus 12y over 4 equals 12y times 3 minus y over 3y. And I like reducing before I do anything else, but if you want to keep going, that's cool with me. Y's cancel out. I get 6. This gives me 3y. And here, the y's cancel out. 12 over 3 is 4. And then we're just distributing. So I get 6 minus 3y equals 12 minus 4y. And then we're just combining like terms, get everything on one side, do all that some fun stuff. So I'm going to add 4y. So I get 6 plus y equals 12, baby to the mama. And y is 6. Now, where's my number 4? Oh, crud. I guess we're just going to make a new slide. There we go. All right. I think we're going to finish number 4, and then I'm going to let you do 5 and 6. Okay, we're multiplying by 6 and n plus 2. This time I'm not going to show on my work, see if you can keep up with me. So n plus 2 would cancel out here, and so I just get 30. 5 times 6. Here, the n plus 2 would cancel out again, so I got 6, and then n plus 6. And then this, 6 cancels out, so I got negative 5 and n plus 2. If you need to write it all out, go for it. My next step, distribute. So negative 6 times n, negative 6 times 6, that gives me negative 6n minus 36 here, negative 5n minus 10. So 30 minus 36, negative 6, negative 5, I can't do anything with that. And now we're going baby to mama, do all that stuff. I would recommend doing the 6n, negative 6n, because I don't like negative numbers. So I got negative 6 equals n minus 10. We add 10 to both sides. And n is 4. Okay? All right, go and try 5 and 6, and then we'll go ahead and talk about them. Here's a chance to pause. Cool. All right, let's try number 5. Let's see if I can get to it. There she is. Okay. Let's see if we can walk through this nice and slow. Okay, so the first thing I'm doing is I'm multiplying everything times this. So this is step 1. I had to factor. So I factored that. Then I'm multiplying everything times here. So the x minus 2's cancel out there, there, and then this whole thing cancels out the whole bottom there. Then I'm distributing, so I'm doing my PEMDAS. And then I'm moving. I'm solving now, so I get all my 2x plus 10. I get that on this side. So subtract 2x, subtract 10. Then I factor this, so I get x plus 4, x minus 1. And lastly, I set each part equal to 0. And I don't have my answers there. That's awkward. So x is negative 4, and x is positive 1. Number 6 kind of works the same way. I get negative 6 and positive 5. What I would do here is I'd cross multiply. So I'd get 10 equals, and then x plus 5, x minus 4. So I get 10 equals x squared plus x minus 20. Subtract 10 from both sides. And factor that, so I get x plus 6, x minus 5. So that means x is negative 6, and x is at positive 5. All right, good luck. Catch you later. Bye-bye.